Welcome to This Week in Trend. Who better to talk about the latest trends in culture than two relatively out-of-touch suburban dads? Join two guys too busy to be truly informed, along with their weekly guests, for a lighthearted look at what is trending right now. Let's get started with the show.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I say good evening. I don't know when you're listening to this thing. Maybe you're listening to it on your way to work in the morning, maybe in the afternoon. Maybe it's the evening. Maybe I'm getting lucky there, and it'll be the evening when you're listening to this. But for us, it is Sunday evening, and you are listening to This Week in Trend with myself, Jay Brimberry, and my co-host, Stephen Orbaugh. Steve, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm super pumped about this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think we got a great guest this week. My buddy Josh is joining us. Josh is one of the guys that I would put in my list of top 4 people that I would have if I needed a really good weekly trivia team. Josh is one of those guys. I don't even think I would deserve to ever be on a weekly trivia team myself, unless somebody just really needed people to be smashing beers or eating wings. But Josh is definitely one of the top 4, and Jay, I'd throw you in that group as well. So really looking forward to this episode.
Well, thank you. That makes me feel good.
Jesse's on here too. Jesse's a lot better than me. So it'd be me.
Yeah, Jesse never joined us on Thursday nights. We used to do Thursday night trivia. So
I think you were living in Albany. He was living in Albany, living the dream down in.
Yeah, but I remember we did trivia at when it was Highlands Grill for a while. Remember that?
Oh, yeah,
like Sam Smith and.
Yeah, there are like 20 of us.
Yeah.
Like 25 of us there,
So we let Jesse and Josh do all the heavy lifting for us, and me and you, Steve, could just smash. You could just smash your natties. I'll smash my IPAs, and they'll carry us out of the bar, and then we'll conveniently ditch them the next week with our free gift certificate, and we'll eat on the house.
Sounds amazing.
We also have with us, and we've already mentioned it, Jesse, the producer. Jesse, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a nice Sunday evening.
Yeah, man. You told me that you took a nap from 1 to 5 o'clock today?
Yeah. So me and the wife did some brunch this morning, and she had some Bloody Marys. I had a couple beers, and then we just came home and decided to watch a documentary. And next thing I know, it was 5:30, and the whole day slipped away. But it was a nice little Sunday date.
What was the documentary?
It was Ken Burns baseball.
Yeah, I watched some of that earlier today too.
Yeah, on PBS. Yeah.
So, dude, it's great.
These two guys. Yeah.
Talking about Charlie Hustle. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
The trivia guys.
Yeah. How about that? The two guys, the trivia guys, watching Ken Burns at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Beautiful.
Steve, did you get a nap today, man? I know that you were probably sleeping and just relaxing all day today.
Yeah, we were playing the championship game for my daughter's softball games. Started at 12:30 last night. Didn't get home until 3:30. Then woke up this morning. The game
started at 12:30? Sorry, not to interrupt, but the game, a bunch of 9-year-olds, their game started at 12:30 last night.
Started at 12:30, championship game, 12:30, and then did the closing ceremonies and got home about 3:30 with no gas in the car.
Closing ceremonies. You should have Ty, if there's, stand up on the box and put her fist up with her head down for the next closing ceremony that you have. I will. Send a message to everybody at that softball field.
Yeah, it's way past her bedtime, but that's how these things go, man. I went on a run, just a lot for some kid. Then got up this morning and went to Six Flags. It's Ty's birthday, so the one thing she wanted to do was she had a list of rides that she wanted to ride. Checked them all off the list. Things are definitely back open. There were a ton of people at Six Flags today. Lines were, I think the longest line that we had was around 2 hours on Pandemonium. So pretty wild.
What is Pandemonium?
Pandemonium is that pendulum that rotates at the end of it. So the pendulum is
How's your neck going, man? How's your back, your neck?
I didn't get on that thing. I went. I didn't get on it. I went and waited in line for Superman, so she could come and jump up at the front of Superman, and then we could get out of there.
The last time I was at Six Flags was probably 4 or 5, 6, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. Me and my little brother went. He came up here and we hit it up right at the beginning of the season, and it wasn't a ton of people there, but it was a good many. Anywho, it was about time that I was tired. He was still going. I think he was 17 at that time and 16 at the time, and he was going good. He wanted to ride Superman so bad, and we got in line, and I began just staring, and I was like, this Superman, this car hasn't moved in quite some time, and those son of a guns, poor people got stuck at the very, very top of. They had to shut down the whole ride, and people were just laying there, stuck at the very, very top of the hill, just hanging there. And I watched them hang there for like 20, 25 minutes before I left, before I got tired and bored of watching them hang there. But I can only imagine. I mean, you're laying on your stomach essentially, just staring down for 20, 25 minutes at a 200-foot drop. So, so did that happen to you, Steve?
No, but I think it happens a lot more than they'd like to admit. I know it happened on the Pandemonium ride, and it also happened on Batman today. But it happened to the people after my wife and Ty rode. So I was running around with Cameron at that point.
So, Steven, can I actually get back to you on your Superman ride?
Yeah.
So your daughter went on Pandemonium. You did not want to get on that, so you got in line for Superman, waited in line, and then your daughter cut in front of everybody to get with you?
Yeah.
Nobody called you out on that.
Yep.
Nobody called you out on that.
All right. Well, this is the deal. So we got in line. I took the 5-year-old with me and got in line, right? Okay. Waited all the way, waited for the full ride, and then Ty came and switched out with the 5-year-old. So we had a body there. In my mind, that's totally fair, right?
The old switcheroo.
Well, yeah, the kid swap.
Okay, I guess. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so we had two bodies there. I mean, it's not like I was waiting and then, Sid jumped in and Ty jumped in and, the whole party jumped in. We just did a kid swap. They actually let you. This is one thing that is really cool. Most parks will let you do a kid swap. If you as an adult bring 2 children with you, right, and both of them require an adult to ride with them, then you can actually do a kid swap where after you ride, you can switch the kids out and you get to go ride again with the other kid.
Okay, well, so it's not like, let's say you've got a kid that's a little dumb and you can't take him in there to switch out for another kid and bring that one home.
Yeah, if you want to grab another kid, you can do that too.
Yeah, it's all legal.
Jesse, are you? All right. Well, we'll let you talk more about Josh. So should we qualify him for the podcast? No. Jesse, really quick, man. Are you a roller coaster rider? Have you
I
been
am.
with your kids?
I love them. I'm actually going to take Stockton to Six Flags for his birthday this year.
There we go. Invite me. I'd love to go.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. Hey, Steve, I'm going to pass it over to you, man, and maybe do a little bit of an introduction of Josh, a little bit of how you guys know each other. Josh, please tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go on into the next section of the show.
Yeah, it's a tale as old as time. I like to eat, and Josh came into my life as part of a family that started a restaurant in our hometown. Me and Josh, being the same age, spent a lot of time together drinking at the bar and became really good buddies. And really that's kind of how we met. And look, it's just a good fit, it's just Josh and I, a good fit. And now I think it's been about 15 years at this point, Josh.
Yeah. I mean, DK is going on like 16 or 17. Mm. So I would say it would be like after with neighbor Nick and you.
Yeah.
It's been that long, man. I mean, with all the open mic nights and stuff. And
and Trevor had Trevor had a house really close, so it was a good transition place. Once everybody got off work, we could go over to Trevor's, continue drinking. Really good environment for. I mean, it's a small town. I mean, there weren't a whole lot of places open, so and certainly wasn't lively downtown until the Kell family came in to town and kind of started revitalizing our downtown area.
Yeah, the town has been good for the family, man. That's definite. So
yeah, Josh is definitely one of those guys that a lot of random knowledge. I'm not sure if anybody kind of caught was Josh's email address. That gives a little bit of a snapshot into the mind of Josh.
Well, I will go ahead and tell you that it is based more off the original Marx Brothers than it is off the Rob Zombie.
Oh.
So it's an original.
Rob Zombie now makes sense. I was thinking that I was thinking about Spalding County. I thought that you were just very, very famous in Spalding County.
Spalding County. No. So Josh is not to give his full email address out, is got Captain Spalding in it. Captain Spalding, of course, one of the famous characters from Rob Zombie's movie House of a Thousand Corpse. But as Josh just alluded to, he was actually a bigger fan of I guess the who Captain Spalding was ripped off from.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be, they all run together, but I think you've got like Duck Soup, Night at the Opera, all those old school Marx Brothers movies. They're fantastic, man. I mean, if you guys ever get a chance to watch any of them, it's great comedy back in the 30s.
I just listened to Night at the Opera by Queen on vinyl yesterday. My wife was not a fan of it, but it's a pretty good album. Jesse, what you think about Night at the Opera?
I think it's a great album.
Yeah. I wonder if they ripped off.
You can't really go wrong with Queen. Like, Queen's they're good.
I wonder if they ripped off Groucho Marx with that title.
Well, Night at the Opera, the movie, came out like 35. So, yeah, I mean, it's
a deep cut, Josh.
It's a deep cut.
Yeah, it's like vaudeville.
I mean, a lot of all those guys started in vaudeville beforehand, before the talkies would happen.
Josh, without doubt, we're going to do trivia when it comes back around. Me and Jesse will hit up, and I hope our adoring fans don't attack us there, Jesse. Come and just sit down and talk with us. But they
can join our team if they want.
Yeah,
if just
me and Jesse. So anybody's more than welcome to come and join our team. What's the name of that? Keegan's in Woodstock is where we go play trivia. So
what day is that? Because I've been playing at Reformation now on Thursdays in Canton. Well, only started last week though.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had it in Reformation.
Yeah, Thursday nights, man. There's like 13 teams that played too. So
wow.
A decent amount.
I might need to check that out.
7:00 next Thursday, bud. I should be up there.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, gentlemen. Well, hey, Josh, we're happy to have you on here. It's going to be a good time. We'll be discussing some current events. If you, I know that you're into 1935 movies, but hopefully you're into 2021 Google Trends a little bit, or maybe not. Actually, it'd be better if you're not, so that you're just as confused as the rest of us.
Most likely, I will be just as confused.
Last thing I do want to say really quick, and I just want to give a quick shout out to this. Guys, I got the Manchester Orchestra's new vinyl or album or whatever. Doesn't make me sound like a snob by saying that. But if anybody wants a good new record all the way through, it's the best record of 2021. It's called The Mini Mask of God, and it's awesome. So you guys take a listen to that, please.
I would have not have pegged you as a Manchester Orchestra fan.
Dude,
Jay.
they're awesome.
Really? They're more in the kind of punk
No, they're more like maybe progressive, but not like real progressive. I mean, I don't know how to describe them. They're kind of jam bandy. I mean, they hit up the festival scene a little bit.
Huh.
Like King Crimson?
Yeah, that might be a good one. They're still rock, but they also have some progressive, some prog rock to them. No, that'd be a good one. King Crimson's probably a good representation there. All right, so we are going to move forward now. So last week, Steve, we started a new little bit here where you and I are going to take our turns, and Jesse as well, where we're going to get 60 seconds to discuss what's really frustrating us when it comes to trends. It could be about anything, past or present. If there's something going on currently that is annoying to you, then you're more than welcome to talk about it. If it's something that happened 5 years ago and it was annoying to you by then, and you just need to get it off of your chest, you can talk about that as well, whatever you want to. This week is your week, Steve, so we're going to pass it over to you to give you 60 seconds to just let it loose, man. Just tell us what's been annoying you, what you've been holding in, what trend you just like, I can't stand this thing. Jesse's going to put you on a timer over there, and we're just going to give you 60 seconds just to let it loose, my friend.
Got it. Love it.
All right, you ready to go?
Ready.
All right, go.
Yeah, so the thing that really has been kind of bothering me over the last year is this new trend of Facebook recommendations. People are out there asking for recommendations when they're clearly kind of humble bragging, right? They're like, I'm trying to give an example where I don't just call somebody out immediately that probably listens to the show. But let's say, oh, I just got a brand new Jeep, right? And so you go onto Facebook recommendations. Oh, what's the best top for my brand new 2021 four-door Rubicon, right? That really, in a time where there's a lot better things to do. People are going out there onto the Facebook trons and asking for recommendations. That's clearly kind of flaunting their own position in society. Kind of really irks me a little bit.
There you go.
There you go. Where would you like us to ask for recommendations, Steve?
Timing. I don't know. That was great timing, though, wasn't it?
It was.
I sounded a lot more passionate about it too. I'm really not that passionate about it, but if it's just something that it's just one of those things. It's just like, God, I just roll my eyes when I see it.
Wait until Jesse's week next week. He's probably been storing things up for the past 5 years. It's finally coming around to where he can just complain about something to everybody.
I can't wait.
Got a lot of problems with you people.
Got a lot of issues with you folks. All right. Well, so there we go. Thank you for getting that out there. Don't ever ask Steve for a recommendation because he's going to think that you're humble bragging to him. Lesson learned, Josh.
Oh, I already knew that. Absolutely. No recommendations from Steven. Ever.
Do you ever give people bad recommendations, Steve, just because you're so infuriated with them that they asked you?
You give them incorrectly guided advice, like send them somewhere where you certainly shouldn't go.
You
like
all just start doing
Chicago's
that on
pizza.
Facebook.
Like Chicago's Pizza. Don't ever go there.
Where's that?
I don't know. I think it's out of business because it was that terrible.
Probably because of your your lack thereof of recommendations. All right, gentlemen. So, we're going to go into the point where we're going to brag about ourselves just a little bit. I don't even know if it's a brag. It's self-promotion is what we should call it. If you have a second, make sure that you support us, you share us, you tell your friends about us. This is This Week in Trend. All the major podcasts, Spotify. I always want to call Spotify Shopify, Steve. That's
Oh, no.
They're so close to one another. Shopify. Shopify is an e-commerce platform. For folks that don't know that, I'm in the e-commerce business. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora. I noticed, Steve, that you got us on Pandora. Yep. We're on about everything right now. So please go follow, leave a comment. As I always say, we would appreciate if it was a negative comment, you just tell us directly. But if you absolutely feel like you got to leave us a negative comment, who are we to tell you no? But make sure that you support, all those good things. Tell your friends we're enjoying doing this every Sunday night. We'll be live for you every Monday. Well, not live, I guess, recorded for you every Monday, sent to your phone every Monday. Steve's doing a great job at mixing this. You said it was cathartic, right? Or relaxing?
Yeah.
That's good. Finding something that you love, Steve. I'm happy to be a part of that.
I think so.
Do all the things. And we do thank you for listening. We'll do a little reminder at the end here. But before we go into this weekend's trend, there was something that we talked about last week, Steve, about potentially doing. And that is a new segment. So now we have a second segment. We might not do all these segments all the time. This might be the only time that we do this segment. But I do think this will be a good segment. And this segment is Instagram model or U.S. politician. Instagram model or U.S. politician. In this segment, I am going to give you three a name, and you're going to decide whether that's an Instagram model or a U.S. politician currently sitting in the House of Representatives. Now, federal. This isn't statewide or anything like that. This is a U.S. politician currently in the House of Representatives. The real competition is going to be between Josh and Steve. Jesse, we're going to let you guess too. But Josh and Steve, whoever gets the most correct is going to get to ask the most topics this week. So if Steve, you get the most correct, you'll get to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Josh, if you get the most correct, you'll get to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday with the second place or the third place, depending upon how well Jesse does, doing the Tuesday, Thursday slots there. So have you guys prepared for Instagram model or U.S. representative?
Let's
Could
do
it
it,
be
man.
more uninformed about who's in what position and seats in I don't even know how many seats there are in the House of Representatives. So let's go for it, Jay.
All righty, guys. So I have seven. We're going to go through here. And I wish I would have put more information about them because we're going to just be saying their name. You're going to give me something, and then we'll probably go on to the next. I'll try to give you as much information as I can. But honestly, I didn't really want to fill my phone up with Instagram models. So anywho, so we're going to begin with our first one. The first person is Lamika Fox. Lamika Fox. Is this person an Instagram model or a U.S. rep? Josh, you are our guest. We are going to let you go first. Lamika Fox.
Let's see. I'm going to go with House of Representatives.
A U.S. House of Representative by the name of Lamika Fox. Steve.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually follow Josh on that one. That was my first gut too.
Lamika Fox. We got 2 for the U.S. House of Representatives. Jesse?
I'm going to go with the Instagram model.
Okay, so we have Steve and Josh with U.S. Rep. We have Jesse with Instagram model. Lamika Fox was the 46th ranked Instagram model on this Upfluence list that I found online. Lamika Fox is an Instagram model at Lamika Fox if you want to follow her, Josh.
There we go. All right, I'll get all over that, bud.
All righty.
Join Instagram first.
Oh no, Josh, you're gonna really struggle on this show if you don't know any of the Instagram models.
No, not a one, bud. Not a one. If they put out a death metal album in the past 2 years, I may know who they are.
Hey, do you know a person named Clint Mitchell by any chance, Josh?
Maybe, dude. I mean, honestly, being in my business, I run into new people by the thousands by the year. So how would I know him if you want to get into it?
Death metal circles, maybe.
Or honestly, I don't have a lot of friends that live around this area that listen to what I listen to.
He's also a sandwich artist.
That's it.
He's also a sandwich artist, Josh. So if you're a big fan of
artist.
Oh, did he go to Subway University?
Immediately after our show last week, I had to throw up, and I'm pretty sure the culprit was the grilled chicken sandwich I had from Subway.
And I would recommend going to Jersey Mike's because that place actually is
so much better.
I'm a huge number 13. Publix does a good sub.
Publix has a very tasty sub.
The pub sub, both the pub sub and the number 13 at Jersey Mike's are my go-tos.
I actually have a personalized sandwich at Jersey Mike's. Like I walk in, they know what I want, and they whip it right up for me. I got my own button.
If I go in and say, "Give me the Josh," will they whip it up for me?
It all depends on who's in there, but yeah, there's a good chance.
What's on it? It's
a little, it's turkey, roast beef, salami, pepperoni, provolone, light lettuce, heavy onion, little oil and vinegar, and spicy mustard.
Son of a bitch. My mouth is now watering.
White or wheat bread? What kind of bread?
Oh, that rosemary parmesan.
Oh, God almighty, man. You got a good tasting sandwich.
Oh, dude, I do sandwiches right.
Sounds like it.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. Next one. So we have Steve and Josh tied at 0, Jesse at 1. Next one. Is this person an Instagram model or a U.S. rep? Cindy Mello. Cindy Mello. Cindy Mello.
Insta.
Okay. Steve goes with Insta. Josh?
I got it. How do you spell Cindy?
Cindy.
Okay, it's about to say if it was like one of those of like Sindy or some shit, it'd definitely be. I'm going to go Instagram model.
2 Instagram models. Jesse, what do you think?
It's a Cindy in a professional sense, so I'm going to say Instagram model.
All right, so we got 3 Instagram models here. And you can follow Miss Cindy Mello at Cindy Mello on Instagram. She is an Instagram model, number 36 on my Upfluence list of Instagram models.
Man. All right, we got to do a tiebreaker on this one.
Well, we got 5 more to go. We're going to go fast on them.
Okay.
Next we have Carolyn Maloney. Carolyn Maloney.
I'll go House of Representatives on that one.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm going to yes. Yeah. Maloney is definitely a House of Representatives name. Dang. We're just following each other, Josh.
Yeah.
We got the same gut.
I'll go Instagram model. I'll break it up.
There you go, buddy.
So Carolyn Maloney is the Democratic representative for New York's, and I don't even know how this is possible, but this is what Wikipedia is telling me, for New York's 14th and 12th district. Somehow she is the sitting rep for both districts. I don't get that. I think that's a typo. But she is New York's 14th and 12th Democrat representative.
Wow.
So Steve and Josh tied it to a piece. Jesse, you're at 2 as well. So everybody's tied across the board at 2. Our next one is Virginia Fox. Fox is spelled Foxx. Virginia Fox.
I actually, I'll let you guys go on this one because I know the answer to this.
Yeah, me too. It's an Instagram model. Virginia Fox is the she's the actress, right? Virginia Fox.
That's Vivian.
I'm going to go with House of Representatives.
What do you think, Jesse?
I think she's a rep.
Virginia Fox with 2 X's was born in 1944, Steve. So she's not doing too much Instagram. She is the Republican representative of North Carolina's 5th District. How'd you know that, Josh? You follow up on old Virginia Fox?
No, we've got a place up in North Carolina. So usually it is local news out of Atlanta, but they'll also do stuff with the with local in North Carolina. We got a place.
Gotcha. So Josh is taking the lead, tied with Jesse, but Josh and Steve are the ones that we're really thinking about. Josh, you're up by 1. Next one is Susan Wild. Susan Wild. Is she a U.S. rep or an Instagram model?
How do you spell wild?
WILD.
Oh, that's got it. It's okay. I'm going to go with the obvious and go Instagram on that
I'm
one.
going House of Representatives.
Jesse?
I'm going to say, you said, what's her name? Susan?
Susan Wild.
Baiting.
That sounds, I don't know if somebody would be a Susan as a model, so I'm going to say politician. It's a rep.
No Susan models out there. Susan Wild is your Democratic representative of Pennsylvania's 15th District.
And we
elected
evened it
in
up.
2018.
Nice. We evened it
There you
up.
go. All right. Your next one, we got 2 more. So, Steve, what'd you pick? You picked U.S. Rep, right? So now you are back tied again.
Yep.
All right. So on your next one, we have Francisco Lachowski.
Ooh.
LACHOWSKI. Francisco Lachowski.
Very exotic. Going Instagram.
Oh, man. I want to say House of Representatives and even narrow it down and say Illinois.
Ooh.
Wow.
Jesse?
I'm going to go with Josh and say House of Rep.
Okay. Steve is correct.
Ah.
Francisco was, let's see, you can follow her at Chico, like I don't even know. I think she has a husband. That's how she gets the Polish name with a more exotic first name there. Wait a second.
Did you
Spoiler
just assume
alert.
her marital status, Jay?
Well, I just assumed her gender. She's actually a male. It's a gentleman that is a...
Whoa.
Francisco. I mean, I would have never assumed it was a her anyway. It was a Francisco.
Well, yeah, at first I thought it was a
Francisco's a
male,
dude,
but then you
man.
said it was a female. So is he gay? Is he married?
No, he has a family. Well, I mean, okay, let me back
So
up.
not only
man.
did you assume his sex, you also assumed that he was a homosexual, that he was married to a man. who
This is getting hot.
Gave him the
edited,
Polish name. How dare you, sir?
All righty.
I'm going to need a PowerPoint presentation on how he just explained all that shit.
I didn't even realize that they were going to have men in this list. I just
I
assumed
think you
I
should
just
have
assumed
personally.
I just assumed if you were an Instagram model, you were a female. Pardon me.
I think you
where I
should
went.
personally apologize to him on Instagram.
Well, if somebody wants to follow him, you can follow him at Chico Lachowski. He's number 26 on my list of Instagram models. So, Steve, you had an Instagram model?
Yep.
You pulled ahead by 1. This is our last one, guys. Last one. Lizzie Fletcher.
I'm going to say House of Representatives.
I'm just going to follow because I'm already up. So I'm
Come on.
just going to copy him. It's just strategy, Josh.
You're like the guy that bets a $1 more on
Yeah.
The Price is Right.
That guy wins so many times, dude.
Jesse?
And that guy's a winner.
The guy.
Jesse, who do you think?
I think it's House of Rep.
Lizzie Fletcher was born in 1975, and she is the Democratic rep out of Texas' 7th District. Texas's 7th District. That must be like Houston or Austin or something, Steve, don't you think?
I have no idea. I think Houston's 12th. How many are there?
I see 29th right below her, which is Sylvia Garcia. So I'm sure they have quite a few. So how many electoral? All right, we don't need to get into civics here. We could really. All right, so Steve, you win. So we get to keep on going in the way that we generally. Josh, you gave a valiant effort there right till the end, and then Steve just he did the old Bob Barker on you, friend.
I shouldn't have answered first. Should have let him.
There was a long. He didn't like the silence. I was definitely doing the standoff. I already had this strategy lined up.
Stood your ground. All right, we're going to go ahead and hop into the next section. This is the meat of our show right here. This is This Week in Trend. During this part of the show, we are going to go through. I'm going to give you 5 topics each and every day, May 10th all the way through May 14th this week, Monday through Friday, where I'm going to give you 5 topics. You think about the topics, you pick the topics. We're going to go to an article on said topic, and we are going to discuss that topic for the day there. We get into some good stuff here, Josh. I hope that you enjoy it. There's some good ones this week, guys. There's some real good ones this week. I've taken a new strategy. I'm waiting until a couple days after so we can fully flesh out what was trending on those days. So we got some good ones here. We got some political ones, Steve, and I guess I should say we try to stray away from the political ones, and we generally only want to do about one sports one per episode here, just because we know sports pretty well, so it's probably not old hat to us. Sometimes we can have some real Debbie Downer ones. We learned last week with Robert Downey Jr.'s assistant, God rest his soul. That was a downer right there, but we try to keep it upbeat the best that we can here and just talk about what happened in the week. This is all the stuff that you wanted to talk about at the water cooler a couple of days ago. So now you know it, and you're like, this is just useless knowledge. So,
They're just
so we're going to
really
hop into
good,
it.
Josh.
Steve, are you ready, friend?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All righty. Your topics for May 10th, 2021. First one, this is a big one for this week, is the gas shortage. That had 2 million hits on Monday. I feel like that just happened like on Wednesday, but I guess Monday's about correct.
Yeah.
Israel had 1 million plus. That could get pretty gritty right there if we talk about Israel. This one, ding, ding, ding. I'm about 90% sure since we recorded last week on Tuesday night that Jordan actually looked at the trends because he hit both of his on this first showing here.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, cheater. If he hears me, Jordan, I'm calling you out as a cheater for the game, man. I'm gonna deduct some points from you.
He wasn't.
But
I don't even remember what his second one was. What was his second one?
well, his first one
was Colonial
Bennifer. Ben Affleck is, I'm going to give it to him. It's Ben Affleck, but we know what they're talking about when they say Ben Affleck here. That had 1 million plus hits on Monday. The second one,
Bennifer was my guess, actually.
Yeah, Jordan actually picked the gas shortage. That was his first one.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, number one there. Sorry. Yeah. So you cheated too, Steve.
I went Bennifer. Well, I would have gone Bennifer if we hadn't talked about it, actually. We talked about it as a current event.
So, yeah, thank you, Jesse. Earning your keep every week, my friend. So the fourth one for Monday, May 10th, was Jordan's second one, and that would be Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow had 500,000 clicks or submits or whatever they do, however they base this. And then the final one, this is one close to home, Steve. Portia Williams. Do you know who that is?
No idea.
Okay. Real
Nope,
Housewife of Atlanta.
I was going to go newscaster in Atlanta.
No, Real Housewife. She also does a radio show, I believe, in Atlanta as well.
I would have guessed Instagram model.
No.
She's close. She's close, Josh. That would have been a great guess.
What she does? Do you know what show it is in Atlanta?
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
No, I heard that. What radio? You said radio show.
One of the like hip hop R&B stations.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Like Kim, old Kim,
Lil Kim, as we call her.
No, Kim. What was her name? She's
on the Rick Smiley show.
She was dating.
There we go. Yeah, she's on the Rick Smiley show.
Okay, got it.
Steve, which one are you going to pick?
I'm going to go gas. I'm going to go talk about this gas situation.
All righty. So, gas shortage was your number one trending item of the week. So, good one here. We are going to read today from the Wilmington Biz, North Carolina. Josh, is that kind of where you're at, Wilmington, North Carolina?
No, Murphy, Hayesville.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, where that casino is.
Do you spend all your time? Hey, have you ever been Greyhound racing before?
Lincoln Park up in Rhode Island. Yeah, man.
Okay, very good. Yeah. Steve used to go when he was a 5-year-old.
Did he just lose interest at 6? Or
his grandmother stopped taking him.
He was also in polyamorous relationships.
He lived a crazy life in Texas. Hey, Wilmington Biz is where this is coming from by Christina Haley O'Neill. Trivia alert here. Did you know that Dawson's Creek was filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina?
No.
Yep.
No,
Dawson's Creek, Vampire Diaries. No, Vampire Diaries is in Covington. One Tree Hill. One Tree Hill is the other one. All the old WB shows back in the day were filmed in.
I've been there. Been there twice.
So I just realized that this article is talking about the gas shortage reaching the port city of Wilmington. So unless you have a lot of historical knowledge of Wilmington, then yeah, we might just be talking about the gas shortage. But the impact of the Colonial Pipeline outage has the area's gas supply drying up at the pump. Like other businesses that rely on the pipeline in the area, a company that runs gas stations and convenience stores in the Cape Fear region is feeling the effects. Fayetteville-based Holt Oil Company, which operates the Holt C convenience stores brand and has an office in Wilmington, was continuing to monitor the situation. We're expecting the disruption to last several weeks, said Hannah Holt, Holt Oil's marketing and operations director. I know that today. I believe all of our stores are out of gas. We might have some premium gas left, and we don't know what we are going to get when we are going to get another delivery. They go on and on and on, talk about the Colonial Pipeline being a victim of a cybersecurity attack. We know this by this point. They just complaining, gas prices going up, $2.81 a gallon on Tuesday compared to $2.73 a week ago. $2.81 seems like a pretty good deal right now to me. Steve, how affected were you by the gas shortage?
You know, I was able to fill up 3 times last week.
Oh, you're the reason. You are the literal reason for this gas shortage. You son of a bitch. You were the literal reason for this gas shortage.
So, like after like Monday night, I was driving home from dinner and just pulled over and filled up. I was actually on E, and then 2 days later, I got out of my doctor's appointment and I had like half a tank, and the gas station right there had gas, so I filled up. It's just kind of situational like that. I mean, but right now it's kind of funny though, like kind of a little bit of karma. Like my wife's car is out of gas right now. So, but my truck's full. So we're good. But yeah, everybody around here is out of gas. It's just crazy. I mean, so no mention of people putting gas into Burger King cups and taking it home with them and like styrofoam.
And y'all live in Cannon. That's surprising that wouldn't happen up there.
People putting gas in trash bags. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but as a kid, I poured a little bit of gasoline in a styrofoam cooler just to see what it would do. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Make a little bit of homemade napalm. Right.
Absolutely. Jesse, did you do this? Because I know I haven't. Josh seems like he's completely on board.
Yeah, you always experiment with stuff as a kid. What you can come up with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the only one that didn't
suburban
experiment.
kid has a pyro phase, man.
Yeah, man. Put a little gas, mix a little gas in your dad's styrofoam cooler. Make a little bit of gas. Make a little bit of napalm. Get it all stuck all over your hands, and then call it a day.
Josh, how pissed off are you that Steve went around all of Canton, took all of your gas?
My driving requires me going to the post office once a day and the grocery store, and I live all around there. So I filled up last Friday, Thursday, and I still have half a tank. So I'm good. My wife doesn't go anywhere. This has not affected us one bit.
You know what's crazy is in that article, it said that premium gas was still something that was around. That was like the first thing that went out around here.
Absolutely.
But I don't really understand why. I mean, I don't throw premium gas in my. Do y'all put premium gas in your cars?
Nope. Well, humble brag. My wife has a BMW, and so they make us do that.
Look at you just following along like a sheep, reading the label. Got to put premium in there. You fall for it.
I met Jesse for lunch about 4 weeks ago, and I was bitching about the gas to him. He said, they're just telling you that. You could at least do mid-grade, maybe even regular. He was really trying to convince me to ruin that engine, and I just won't do it. I can't bring myself to doing it.
You know, what's funny, though, is like diesel gas everywhere. You can get diesel anywhere you want. So like everybody, all those guys driving around those massive diesel trucks are like, yeah, looking down at all of us idiots using unleaded.
Josh, I don't know. Maybe it got mentioned. I might have missed it. Are you a father, or I know you're a husband, but do you have any children?
I do. I have one that just turned 3 a week ago, and I have a 16-year-old stepdaughter.
Okay, very good. Did any of us get to pull out the dad joke about going to Taco Bell and that's where I'm going to fill up on gas?
Oh,
No.
Wait, what?
I don't know it. Tell me the joke, Jay.
That's it. Just filled up on gas. Got me some Taco Bell.
Oh, fill it up on
gotcha.
gas at Taco Bell. Good God.
I take that as a hard no by everybody.
No, it's the first. It's the first for me, Jay. It didn't catch its own meme on Instagram, so I missed it.
That's actually what I saw. It was on a meme on Instagram, Steve.
You're an Insta bro, Jay.
The dad. I think I'll give that a good props in here. I follow that. They got some good dad jokes on there. So we all got by okay. Josh literally goes nowhere. He goes 1 mile radius is his. You'd be set if there was like a blizzard of some sort.
Dude, the best was when we actually had the blizzards in Canton, and when I was, I'm no longer in the restaurant business, but I used to live an eighth of a mile from the restaurants. So when the blizzards happen, oh, dude, it was good day for me. I go up, get like fillets and scallops and bottles of wine, go back home, put a fire on, man. It's good.
Living your best life, my friend.
Yeah. I can't complain about that, bud. Except that we would lose, $5,000 to $10,000 per restaurant from that being open.
Yeah, that sucks. Sorry. Didn't even mean to laugh about that. That's not funny.
Oh, it was a while ago. We're still here, man.
There you go. All right. Anybody else have anything about the gas shortage? Steve, you helped cause it. Jesse, really quick, last thing. You're in a business that literally, you drive around Atlanta. That's what you like all the time. How did you get gas?
Yeah, so they sent out this was on Tuesday. They sent out a text to all of us saying, "Don't wait until you get to quarter of a tank. Find gas now." And everywhere was out of gas. And I called the office. I said, "Hey, look, what are we supposed to do? Because we have gas cards to Quick Trip, and so we're supposed to go through Quick Trip." So finally, I had to burn an eighth of a tank of gas, and luckily, I get up early enough in the morning. So I got to a Quick Trip at 6:00 in the morning on Wednesday, and they had gas. The truck was there delivering it.
Is that when they fill up?
I stumbled into it,
Jesse.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Do you know when they fill? Do you know when they drop off the gas? When do they drop the gas off?
Well, they had just dropped it off then.
You're such a gas junkie, Steve. You're such a gas junkie. You just over there.
Texas, they drink oil for breakfast.
Okay, bring it down. Oh, geez, Steve. If I didn't love you so much, I'd hate you for just what you told me. Anybody else got anything about Jesse? I'm glad you could work. I'm glad that it didn't shut you down too bad. Josh, this one's for you, my friend. This one's for you. Tuesday, May 11th. You ready?
Yep.
All right, the first one. This is a little bit of a downer one. If you want to pick it, you can. It's definitely a downer. Colt Brennan. Colt Brennan is a former quarterback for the Hawaiian Rainbow Warriors. I think they were at the time.
Legend.
Yeah, legend. A really good quarterback. Died. So you can talk about that if you want. Next we have, this is a fun one. Well, not really fun. It's kind of downer too. Courtney Stodden, who I believe is an Instagram model, I'm not sure, I tried to look it up, alleges that Chrissy Teigen sent DMs telling them to kill themselves. Now, I need to explain the them. She identifies as a them. How does it go? Them, those, they. So that's how them. I don't even know how to do this. That's how them identifies.
It's how they identify, Jay. It's how they identify.
Thank you, Jesse. So there you go. Then we have the Green Knight. That gets 100K. Then we have Norman Lloyd, Dad. That's 100K. Hey, he started out acting in the Great Depression, Josh, right around the time where you really started enjoying movies. And then,
by the way, I am 103 years old. If you did not know that.
And then we have, then the last one we have Emily Blunt to star in Amazon Studios Western. So Colt Brennan. Courtney Stodden alleges that Chrissy Teigen sent DMs telling them to kill themselves. Norman Lloyd dead, The Green Knight, and Emily Blunt to star in Amazon Studios Western.
You mean, is it Norman Lear? Is that who you're talking about?
No. Not Norman Lear. Norman Lloyd.
Well, those are some all so not important subjects.
That's a Tuesday for you.
The was the quarterback? Was he the quarterback of Hawaii when Georgia played in that bowl game where they did not make it to the national championship?
Yes, that was the Sugar Bowl.
Was that the Sugar Bowl back in the day?
Sugar Bowl.
Oh, so good.
2007, maybe?
Yeah, well, very good. And actually, he was third in the 2007 Heisman Trophy ballot. Good job, Jesse. These two would kill it in trivia, Steve.
Yeah, no, absolutely destroy it.
The wow, man, with all those subjects. So let's talk about the Courtney Stodden one.
Okay, good.
Right.
You're going to make me trip over some more words.
It's okay. Well, let's not even focus on what she wants to be or they want to be representative. This is the girl that when she was like 14 years old, started dating the guy who was the asshole in the Green Mile. The one
Daniel Hutchinson or something like that.
The guy, I don't remember what his name was, but
We went to school with
in
Daniel.
like those drug rehab shows, and the guy that didn't water down the guy's head in the Green Mile so he would catch on fire.
Oh,
Doug Hutchinson.
Piercy.
Doug Hutchinson.
His name was Piercy.
Well,
right?
I'll read the article. I'll read the article, and then we can go into it because it gives you all that information. The media, and this was on news.avclub.com. Courtney Stodden alleges Chrissy Teigen sent DMs telling them to kill themselves. The media and anyone who's been active online in the past decade have all been reckoning with her mistreatment of Britney Spears. About her. As a direct result, many people are looking at other pop culture figures who are also maligned by the media. And one of those figures is Courtney Stodden, who married Green Mile star Doug Hutchinson when they were 16 and Hutchinson was 51. Stodden recently shared on social media that they're non-binary and use they/them pronouns. Right? In an interview with the Daily Beast, they detailed this is kind of tripping my mind. I've never read an article like this before. In an interview with the Daily Beast, they detail the horrific mistreatment and sexualization they experienced at the hands of the press as a minor, and they recall how their ex-husband groomed and emotionally abused them. Stodden took advantage of them, yada, 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 flirty correspondence, everything she wanted to hear as a young 15-year-old girl. Hutchinson was grooming her stepdaughter. They also add the stepmother of a 15-year-old. So Hutchinson groomed her mother as well for this whole thing. Yeah, she got it bad, and that's what this is about. We should, because of the Britney Spears thing, we're taking a very deep look at the media right now and the fact that she was paraded in the media during the Green Mile, I guess, when this happened is a bad thing. But the thing that we're really focusing on here was Stodden says that Chrissy Teigen severely bullied them on social media. She wouldn't just publicly tweet about wanting me to take a dirt nap in quotations, but would privately DM me and tell me to kill myself. Things like, I can't wait for you to die, Stodden recalls. Hit it, Josh. That one's yours, man.
That's awesome, Josh.
Well, I think there's a lot more wrapped up in something like this, man. If you exactly how like Britney Spears was treated, at least somebody that had talent back in the day and probably still does if she wanted to go on tour or whatever. I mean, every single little thing that these people do, and not even trying to make them look like victims, but it's rough. I know they got the millions of dollars. I know they get whatever they want, especially back in the day when her and Christina Aguilera and all of them were putting out this product, but it really is truly something that I don't think anybody would ever sign up for. And then if you look at someone like Stodden, who zero talent whatsoever. I mean, she got plastic surgery, I think, starting at the age of like 18 or 19 or something like that, so that she could get formed. But then you got to look at it the other way, that she's completely manipulated by some creepy fucking guy that just...
Are they still married? Obviously not, right?
I don't... He did say ex-husband, so I would say...
Yeah, they got divorced.
Details.
Got her wits about her, but...
Was he in any other movie? I mean, I like The Green Mile. Jesse, that's another movie that we saw in the theaters. I remember that. But was he in anything else?
Yeah, he definitely was. Let me see if I can...
Feel free to talk. That's why we have Jesse. He's paid nothing to sit here and look up this stuff for us.
He's in actually a lot of really cool movies. He was in that Punisher Warzone movie, which was awesome. Just straight violence throughout the entire
he was on
thing.
Lost and X-Files.
You ever saw the movie The Salton Sea? That movie's amazing. A lot of TV shows.
Yeah, a lot of Law and Order. He was in 24.
I mean, he's got 47 acting credits to him, but I don't think he ever played a decent individual in all of them because he couldn't pull it off. But to get back to the point of the whole article was, dude,
Chrissy Teigen. Talk about Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah, the he said, she said. I know of Chrissy Teigen. I know she's married to John Legend, and she just another person without talent, probably, I'm guessing. I mean, she's just hot.
She's a model,
She
an Instagram model, maybe. I don't know.
An Instagram model.
So,
It's
but
hot
the
and
whole
still
thing
tasty.
is, right, Chrissy Teigen, I really I don't appreciate Chris. She gets up on her high horse a lot, and she really enjoys her high horse. And so the whole thing with Chrissy Teigen is that she's the biggest person against like social media bullying. She's adamantly against it. She will screenshot stuff. She will share it. She's very much against it. For her to be the one that was social media, it's almost one of those things like no crap. Like we knew that this would probably come out about Chrissy Teigen because she just doesn't seem like a very good person to me.
Well, it's projecting. She's projecting her feelings onto her victim.
Yeah, could be.
But why would this person who really hasn't been in the spotlight with Courtney Stodden, why would she even be on the radar now? I mean, is just an Instagram model now, or is she really like talking about her story on how that guy completely screwed her up from an early age?
Great question.
No, great question. I don't know that I have the answer. I think that she just it's trending. I mean, it wasn't the number one trending thing. It was the number two trending thing. It was a Tuesday, slow news day, Josh.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Or is it she's just the fact that she's not in the news right now and she's like, well, who's one of the more popular people out there on social media? Chrissy Teigen. And she's always in it with somebody, isn't she? Chrissy Teigen? I mean, she's constantly in it.
Constantly.
With somebody. So, I mean, why not try to make yourself known again by, picking a fight with her and making yourself the victim right off the bat?
I mean, I don't think we can.
Do you guys ever watch Full House? We're watching Full House right now with my daughter.
The original or when they rebooted it?
Full House, not Fuller House, the original.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it back in the day.
Does Teddy, Michelle's friend on Full House, remind anybody else of John Legend?
Absolutely. I thought that was John Legend.
I did too, but it is not. It is an actor. I don't know if he's still an actor.
Parts on like stuff like that though. He always played like the neighbor kid.
Yeah.
Well, was it? I don't know. I just said it wasn't, Josh. I could just be feeding you some bullshit here.
John Legend, but I mean, he did. He played. I think he was on more than one sitcom that played the exact. I'm sure he was on the Cosby's at some point.
Step by Step, probably.
Yeah, something like that. He was cute, cutie kid.
I like John Legend. I'm not a Teigen fan, but I could get down to some, John Legend. Just the daughter's out at her grandma's, her grandpa's house. You turn on some John Legend, and you just let things go, right?
It's like him and like someone like Bruno Mars with all the music that comes out today that I really do not get. You will find one or two of like I like Bruno Mars a lot. The guy can jam, dude. And,
absolutely. Take a look at Leon Bridges.
I'll write that down.
Yeah, he's really good.
Very good. All right, gentlemen, we're going to go into our Wednesday. Thank you for that. We learned that Courtney Stodden, that they allege Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen's a real piece of work, that one right there. Wednesday, you ready, Steve?
Yep.
The first one we have is Liz Cheney, 500,000. Jesse, congratulations, man. That was one of your picks.
Thank you.
Yep, Liz Cheney. We have Bitcoin price. That was 500,000. We have NFL schedule 2021, 500,000. Israel making its second appearance this week at 500,000. And Ellen DeGeneres at 500,000.
That falls in kind of like the last category.
I have an article from gaycitynews.com, Steve.
Let's go. Ellen DeGeneres.
Right. This article is from gaycitynews.com, written by Tat Bellamy Walker. This is a new publication for us. We haven't done this one yet.
I wonder if their movie reviews are better than the Catholic movie review.
Ooh, we should compare the Catholic movie reviews with gaycitynews.com.
I'm going to see if they ever
totally
wrap
do
up
that
man.
podcast.
We should 100% do that.
see where each of them lie with their news.
Compare and contrast those two publications.
Geez. Ellen DeGeneres, we'd have to change it. We'd have to be underneath a pseudonym for something like that, I believe. So, Ellen DeGeneres show slated to end in 2022, Steve. Oh, I know you're upset. Our out lesbian talk show host, Ellen DeGeneres, is stepping away from her daytime show after 19 years on the air. Within days of announcing the decision to staffers, the former LGBTQ queen of daytime television also told the Hollywood Reporter that Oprah Winfrey, who left her own show in 2011, is slated to join Degeneres in discussing her departure to thousands of viewers on Thursday, May 13th.
Wow.
We missed it. The show, which recently hit a milestone of 3,000 episodes, is slated to end in 2022. According to Hollywood Reporter, Ellen DeGeneres is leaving her show because she felt stuck. I feel a lot of these articles just are the same things over and over, and they just say the same thing in different ways. When you're a creative person, you constantly need to be challenged, and as great as the show is, and as fun as it is, it's just not a challenge anymore. DeGeneres, 63 years old. Wow, I would not have believed that. Told the Hollywood Reporter. On and on and on, culture. Oh, yeah, let's dive into the culture of the Ellen DeGeneres show. Yeah, she's leaving, Steve. You going to miss her?
I love those scare pranks. I love them. I could watch her scared prank compilation all day long on YouTube.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing. Yeah. She'll like hide.
Explain the concept.
She'll hide somebody on her set and then jump out and scare one of her guests.
That sounds horrible. That sounds like my worst nightmare.
Just totally just wig them out. I mean, she loves it. I mean,
would it be a famous person scaring another famous person?
No, it would just be somebody
some stagehand or something like that. Like an assistant producer would always they would put them like right next to where the guest is. So you would have the chair where the guest is, and then the desk where Ellen DeGeneres is, and between them is always like a box. Like it looks just like a table, and they would be inside the box that's supposed to look like a table.
The whole show.
Yeah.
Like the whole show. Toxic. You think that was a toxic work environment?
Exactly. Has anybody ever come on her show and asked what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Jesse coming through with a rib shot. Good job, bro.
I think Brad Pitt did. So.
I do think in one of the one of the artists or one of the guests had been scared before, and so they went out there and they checked the whole set before sitting down, and then still got burned.
How long do you think, Josh, this question's for you, my friend. How long do you think you would have lasted on the Ellen DeGeneres show as a worker on the show?
As a worker? Probably until I can take a lot of crap. So let's say if it is a toxic work environment and I'm getting paid, as long as she's not physically touching me, and I would,
I don't think you'd have to worry about that, Josh.
Yeah, exactly. So what I would consider a toxic work environment from when I first started working back in like the mid late 90s and what's considered a toxic work environment now, two completely different things. There's ball busting and there's, having fun, that you can't do that anymore. You got to know who you're talking to. And the fact I've been in the restaurant business my entire life, we're savages, man. We are degenerates, and we say every single thing that's on our mind. And we've had people quit because of they're not going to sue us or anything. But I just don't think I work out here. I don't think you work out in the restaurant business, and they go out and get another job because
they come back.
Every single one of them are like that.
I like to think that Josh and Ellen would have been good old friends back in the days of the Ellen DeGeneres. They would have been.
I've been right next.
They would have been ball slapping each other and just having a good old time.
I could take a really toxic environment if there's humor involved.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of what we're saying.
Yeah,
if you're super sensitive, and you just can't handle that, right?
You think you would have worked well on the Cosby Show, Steve?
Was the Cosby Show pretty toxic?
Yikes!
Was it?
Well,
was the show? I know what went on with Cosby, but what did that have to do with the show?
I don't know.
I don't think on the show. I think he kept that one pretty separate. But all the comics, if you talk to comedians that were around towards the end of his reign, when he was that was like an inside joke that everyone told. All the comedians were about to say, we're going to put the roofie inside the drink and
It was an inside joke of all the comics that he liked to roofie.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not using the word joke correctly. Sure. It was kind of just people just knew it.
Yeah.
And Bill Cosby was such, he's the big man back then. He was the man.
I don't know that there's been a actor or actress in the Me Too movement or that probably affected me like Cosby. Cosby was everybody's dad, right? And Ellen's kind of the same way. I liked Ellen. I grew up watching a little bit of Ellen back in the day, and it's just it's a real shame when people that you kind of think to yourself, man, I can hang out with this person, turns out to be pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Chipper Jones.
Yeah, like Chipper Jones.
Whoa, what happened with Chipper Jones?
Oh, Steve couldn't tell you. He's been banned from his Twitter.
I have been banned from Chipper Jones' Twitter account.
Are we talking about Chipper Jones years ago?
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves player, Hall of Famer.
I'm
One and the same.
What he did back in the day, with, let's say, waitresses and stuff. Is that what we're talking about?
Steve just thinks that he overstayed his welcome.
I do.
Jesse, what do you think about that, man? You're a pretty big Chipper fan.
Overstayed his welcome in Atlanta?
The Braves.
I don't know, man. His last year, he was still kind of productive.
You know?
I mean, maybe 1 year, but not. I think he did fine.
Well,
he actually comes into the restaurants. Nice guy. I met him a couple times.
He's not a nice guy.
Seems like a nice fella, Steven.
Not a nice guy at all. Pretty big adulterer, actually, Josh.
All right. So we're going to go on, Josh, to yours. It's going to be Thursday, is this Thursday? No. Yeah. Thursday, May 13th, 2021. That's my mom and my stepdad's anniversary. So you get a special day there, Josh.
All right.
All right. So we have John Mulaney and Olivia Munn romance. Ooh, heating it up. 500K. This would be a decent one to talk about if we could keep it non-political, which I think we can. CDC mask guidelines. We have AMC stock. We have Krispy Kreme. That's 200,000. And we have Spiral, the new Saw movie.
Ooh, Let's
go into the Spiral, the new Saw movie, because I haven't seen it yet, but I will probably go to see it by next.
All righty. I just think that these are reviews, and I'm going to give a spoiler alert. You can go see it if you'd like to go see it. But
I just said I haven't seen it yet.
They say it sucks. So let's see. I'm getting lazy and don't really go. This is from FM News 101, KXL.com. Spiral from the Book of Saw.
We couldn't get our favorite review site to give us a movie review on this one.
It wasn't the top of the list, man.
I know.
About what Google? I don't get to choose what Google said.
I know.
Well, maybe we should add that segment.
The algorithm is amazing. With
that's what I'm saying. That's what the purpose of the show is.
It's so fascinating, like which article trends too.
Mm-hmm.
Hit it, Jay.
So I don't keep up with these things, and this isn't me saying this. This isn't the article. I don't keep up with these things, but apparently there's a Book of Saw. At least the producers and creators of Spiral say so. When I saw the original film back in 2004, geez, I cannot believe it's been that long. I predicted more movies in a chain. Okay, I see what he did here. And a chain Saw franchise. I suppose somewhere someone has put pen to paper and has written a book or two based on the movie and its protagonist, John Kramer. Spoiler alert. I'm getting lazy and don't really care enough to check. None of that matters anyway. Book or no book, Spiral from the Book of Saw is a movie and is the 9th movie in the series.
That guy really knocked the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, stars Chris Rock. So you might be thinking that this is a comedy. Horror and comedy are a good mix. A lot of humor, for some reason, often makes the unbelievable believable. Unfortunately, outside of a couple of poorly written comedy rambles, Spiral just isn't that funny, Josh. Sorry, man. By Saw standards, the movie is different, but not necessarily better. And though Rock, not Rocky Maivia, but Chris Rock, is in the movie, you're not necessarily going to end up laughing your sides off. Yada, yada, yada. It's going to talk to you about this is a long article. He doesn't even give it a rating. He just says, oh yeah, he does. He gives it a 3, Josh. He gives it a 3 out of 5 here. So we're at 60%. Okay. Talk to me about Saw.
I'm going to talk to you about, how about just horror in general for today?
Okay.
The horror movie and the comedy movie were the two movies that they would not have to put like a Marvel style budget in for the summer up until fall for Halloween and make bank on. I mean, that's what happened with Conjuring, that first Saw movie. I mean, if you saw that movie in the theaters, that was an experience. I mean, when, spoiler alert, when that guy gets up at the end of the movie, everyone was freaking out. And you got the Paranormal Activity movies. But what sucks is that they're taking the whole 80s theme of, we make a Halloween movie, this made bank, we put $100,000 into it, and it made $30 million. Let's crank out 15 of these movies and change absolutely nothing when you have other guys, like there's different production companies out there like A24 that are putting out stuff like Hereditary, Midsommar, or if you watched Psycho Gorman that came out late last year, that was fantastic, but that's more on that horror comedy thing. I just wish they would put more into the horror genre, you know? I mean,
Not
it's the
just
same crap
escape
over
room
and over
thing.
again when you get the Hollywood movies. I mean, the Conjuring movie, there's like going to be, there's what, 7 movies now in that universe?
I feel that if I had you come on here, Josh, and say you have 60 seconds to tell me what trend annoys you, this could be your trend.
Oh, I have more than that, buddy. We'll get into it.
You've got more than 60 seconds. I've never seen a Saw movie. I'm not a horror fan. I've never seen Scream 3 might have been the last horror movie I watched.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Scream wasn't a horror movie.
The first one was great, man.
You're not a horror movie, man. Screw you.
Scream is not a horror movie. Scream is a satire.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I agree. I mean, yeah, I think like the Blair Witch Project was really good, right? I mean,
that's the greatest advertisement in the history of the world.
Yeah.
How they did that.
Man,
so,
really
that
good,
movie
right?
cost like $80,000 and it racked in like $200 million or something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, I followed that campaign, the ad campaign for the Blair Witch when it first came out, because I used to read all the the movie reviews through Fangoria and Rolling Stones and stuff like that. And they would have, you really didn't know, because the internet wasn't as big as it is today, obviously.
Yeah, it kind of went viral before viral was a thing.
It did, because you really couldn't fact check it either. You know, I mean, not every single piece of information was on the internet.
Yeah.
I did see that one in the movie theater, and I remember walking out with Jesse, recurring theme, talking to each other about, was this real what we just watched here?
Yeah.
Also, we had motion sickness because of the camera shaking all over the place.
Yeah, it was a dangerous movie.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, there's a lot more that they can pull out. I mean, there's a lot of cool directors out there that are trying to do something different in the horror genre, and then you get all the money behind crap like the 9th Saw installment. I mean, Jesus,
the formula works, man.
Chris Rock.
Well, we'll see how much money this makes. I mean, people are not crushing the theaters quite yet. When I went to go see Mortal Kombat, which was already on HBO Max, I saw it opening night, and there was maybe 20 people in the theater. And then a week before that, I saw that movie Nobody, and that describes how many people were in the theater. Nobody. But the movie was awesome. I do recommend that one.
Mortal Kombat, to switch subjects really quickly, how much did you enjoy that movie?
I enjoyed it a lot better than the old ones, because that's what it lacked, the gore. I mean, that's why kids play Mortal Kombat, is to see people's skeletons get removed from their body.
That's why I like you, Josh. You're right on the money with that, my friend. And
they finally made the movie that had it, but it didn't have enough of it, in my opinion. There's only one true fatality in that whole movie. The martial arts, the fighting choreography was pretty good. The first 15 minutes of the movie was the best part, but that was like feudal Japan with telling the story of Scorpion.
That's the movie we need. Just a Scorpion versus Sub-Zero story. Steve, final word on Saw.
Yeah, I'm with Josh. Yeah, I mean, you can only have so many escape rooms, right? Until you're just like, ugh.
I mean, it's just torture porn, I mean, there's really nothing creative behind it, man.
Torture porn. That's exactly
torture porn.
Torture porn.
That is. I will not be looking that one up on the internet.
I think that's so we're going to move on to on Pornhub. So
last one, we'll move on to Friday, May 14th. This is the final one. Steve, this one's yours. We got Preakness 2021. 1 million searches. The Woman in the Window. I think that was a Netflix movie that came out. 500,000. Those Who Wish Me Dead. I can talk about that. I watched it Friday night. I enjoyed that movie. Those Who Wish Me Dead came out on HBO Max. We have Houston, Netflix. My wife has been watching that. I have not been able to follow up on it. And then we have Nicki Minaj, 200,000. Steve?
Nicki Minaj.
There we go.
Minaj.
Let's see here. Well, I would like to tell you it's a good a good pick here.
No.
But let's see. What do we have?
Oh,
All right. Nicki Minaj breaks silence on father's death.
Oh, God.
Good job, Steve.
Why do I laugh? Why do I always laugh?
I mean, it's just how dude, there's such a theme with this, right? It's always tragic. It's absolutely always tragic.
The most devastating loss of my life.
Yeah, all right.
The singer and rapper's father, Robert Mirage. Ooh, you should change it from Minaj to Mirage. Died unexpectedly in February. Oh, so this isn't even like trudging up bad memories. This recently happened. Good job, Steve. Nicki Minaj is breaking
February?
her.
That was 3 months ago.
That's what I'm saying. And now she's talking about it. She's been in mourning, and I think she just released a new album. This is on today.com. This is written by Jesse. Now I'm thinking about your wah that you did just to say. I like how you found sound effects for us. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is Fraser Harrison. Wait, no, that was the picture. This is by Yi Jin Yu. Nicki Minaj is breaking her silence following the unexpected death of her father in February. The Grammy-nominated rapper shared a new message to fans on her official website this week. In a lengthy letter, Minaj greeted her darlings, in quotation mark, with a lighthearted update sharing how she has been binge-watching Netflix. Midway through the letter, however... I kind of want to read this letter, how she kind of turned it like this. Midway through the letter, however, the 38-year-old opened up about more serious thoughts, including the loss of her father, Robert Mirage, 3 months ago. Though, spelled T-H-O, I can't really bring myself to discuss the passing of my father as yet. I can say it has been the most devastating loss of my life, Minaj wrote. I find myself wanting to call him all the time, more so now that he's gone. Life is funny that way. May his soul rest in paradise. He was very loved and will be very missed. There's some more stuff, but Steve, I'm going to start there and let you take it from here.
I mean, where do you go with this, Jay? Where do you go with this? So yeah, it's terrible. I mean,
would you like to know how he passed away?
Yeah.
He was struck by a hit-and-run driver.
Oh, my God.
In Mineola, New York. According to police, he was only 64.
Wow.
They arrested Charles Polvic, 70, in connection to the case.
Man. So what else is going on in Nicki Minaj's life? She married? You know, I mean, she got any new beef with anybody?
Almost goes back to the one we were talking about a couple issues ago when it comes to celebrities and what's going on with them. I mean, this is some private shit. I mean, if she comes right out and says, this is how I feel, I want everyone to know it, that's fine. If this is all started off because the media will go up to him and just like, you know, how are you feeling? Like, my dad just died in a horrific accident. Leave me alone. And then they'll probably pester her until she puts something out, man. I mean, it's...
Do you think that celebrities have a right to privacy in that notion?
Absolutely. And something like that, so pretty much it was like, they're celebrities, they're getting paid all this money. Who's going to turn down money for doing something like acting? Nobody is. Doesn't mean that we have a right to know every single little thing about their lives. Everyone deserves privacy.
Fair enough. Steve, Jesse, what has she been up to? Have you found anything, man?
Yeah, so she's married to Kenneth Petty, who has a net worth of $500,000.
Good for you, Kenneth.
She's married for love.
Very good.
Married for love. Good for her.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj. She I like Super Bass by her. That's the only song I know. I don't know anything else.
I would have to hear it to recognize it. I couldn't name you anything. All I do remember is it was in one of those award shows where it always pops up on like the Facebook videos where like Miley Cyrus, wasn't she the one that's like, yo, Miley, what's up, dog? What's good? And like about to fight her in the middle of a like an MTV Movie Awards or something like that.
No.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm going to look it up now, though.
Yeah, dude, she got gangster shit. She was about to go after Miley Cyrus.
Oh, now that would be an absolute ass whooping. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. Oh,
she's a good looking lady. So Steve, good choice here, man. You could have gone with the Preakness. You could have gone with one of the 3 movies on here. Those Who Wish Me Dead. I could have talked about that with you for about 20 minutes. If you guys haven't watched it now, I highly suggest Those Who Wish Me Dead.
I will check it out, man.
Yeah, I'm going
it's
to.
popping
Yeah.
up on HBO Max. So
HBO Max.
Yeah.
It
Love
has
HBO
some,
Max.
it has some plot holes, right? Let's talk about this really quick, and then we're going to go on to our final segment because I know that we're going long here, Steve. But who the hell cares? It's mainly for us, and people will listen to what they want to listen to. But what I've been realizing with things like WandaVision, or even The Falcon and Winter Soldier, or The Last Kingdom, or just any of these shows that are coming out on these streaming channels now, is that movies almost like they have to get so much in 2 hours. Like Those Who Wish Me Dead would be a good movie, but there's so many plot holes that they just kind of have to bulldoze through because they only got 2 hours to tell their story. Whereas if this was a 6-hour series, then they could really dig deep into it. Do you guys think that's affecting the movie genre?
Yeah, I do. I think, but I also think that's why a lot of these series are becoming really popular, right? Like, we started watching this new show with Kate Winslet.
good show. The Mayor of Easttown.
Yeah.
Good show,
The Mayor of Easttown. That's a great show. Really liking it. I mean, there hasn't been anything that good in a while for me. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's why these series are becoming more popular. People are able to get a little bit more loose now with the production, right? I mean, with these shows being on HBO Max or on, something that can be a little bit more explicit, right? I love it. I love that things are going that direction.
The Netflix and like HBO Max, they are putting up so much money. This is the first time that TV, like a 10-hour miniseries, can rival what people watch in the theaters. I mean, it's never been like this. I mean, streaming, binge watching, it's ridiculous. And the amount of great people that were in cinema are now going to TV, and they're putting out some great stuff. I mean, seriously, when's the last time you got as much satisfaction from a movie that you did from finishing up Breaking Bad or certain,
That's a very good point.
certain movies are out there that, honestly, one of the greatest things I've ever seen was at the end of Avengers Endgame. I mean, I was shouting obscenities and clapping. Like my stepdaughter was like, "You need to calm down." Captain America got Monier. I was all over the place. That was intense. But
I have a stepfather, and so I call him Jay. Does your stepdaughter call you Josh, or is there any like dad or anything like that?
No, her dad's in the picture, and it's all amicable where everyone's cool with it.
Sure,
it is just Josh.
Just Josh. Calm down, Josh. I can see it right now while you're in the movie. Calm down, Josh.
Oh, did she call me out too? We were like, did you ever watch that movie Coco, the Pixar one?
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, that's one of my favorites.
love
my
that
grandmother
movie.
passed away like 3 weeks before that. So we saw that one in theaters. Oh, the pollen count was high in that theater, my friend. I was blubbering like a baby. And she looks at me and gives me this like, dude, just reel it in. Reel it in, old man.
Coco.
You're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
You are very...
Dude,
I'll still cry like a baby if I watch that today.
I teared up to Moana.
Oh gosh, Steve.
Moana got me, man. It got me. It was so beautiful.
That's a great flick, dude.
It was
I try to watch. That's a great
the
flick.
commercials. So
Soul. I try to let my 2.5-year-old watch Soul on Disney Plus, and it was that movie's too deep for me at age 38.
Too deep. Way too deep.
That was a good one.
All right. Hey, so we're going to move on because we're at our final segment here, where we are going to guess what's going to be trending next week. We had a pretty good week last week. Jordan cheated. Steve cheated. Jesse, I believe you did not cheat.
I don't cheat.
I know you don't. But Jordan and Steve, Jordan definitely cheated. There's some that he would have the number 1 and the number 4 pick on Monday when we were doing this on Tuesday. No. There's something not right about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Benifer I wouldn't have guessed.
Okay, I'll give you Benifer, Steve.
I wouldn't have guessed it hadn't been brought up.
The other one was Kylie Kardashian. You didn't come close. I'm sorry, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner. You didn't come close.
Yeah, Kylie.
Jesse, Mandalorian season 3 did not happen. I whiffed on LeBron James and the Eternals. Although the Lakers did trend, I didn't put it on here because it wasn't about LeBron, and I just didn't want another Lakers story on here. So Josh, you know what we're doing here, buddy. You're going to have 2 choices. Don't give me 2 of them. Just give me the first one first. Let me know what you think might trend this upcoming week.
Me? I think the movie called The Army of the Dead on Netflix.
Oh,
ooh,
yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a
That's
good
a good one.
That is a good one. I'm going. I was going to stick to movies too, and I'm going to go with Venom 2.
Venom 2. You missed that by a couple of weeks, Steve, I think. But I'll let you take that. Jesse, what do you guess?
I'm going to go with Israel and Palestine.
Ooh, well, that's a good guess because it happened twice over the past week. So, all right. Let's see. What will I go with? I am going to go with what is coming up this week. I will go with LeBron James. I think could trend this week. So I'm going to go with LeBron James. Josh, what do you think? What's your second pick?
Where are we? We're coming into late March.
Mm-hmm.
And can I be as vague as say NBA playoffs?
NBA playoffs is fine.
That's good.
Now, if it's a certain team, if it's like Atlanta Hawks, you will not get that pick. It'll have to be NBA playoffs.
Okay.
Steve?
I'm going Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner. She has to, right?
You got to lock it in, right?
I have LeBron. You have Kylie. We'll see who gets it first. Jesse?
I'm going to go with Memorial Day.
Ooh, you're going to go with Memorial Day a week before Memorial Day happens.
That's right. Hedging out.
Okay. And let's see. I am going to go with I want to go with the Eternals again. I just kind of want to do mine until I hit, but I feel like that would be a cop-out. So I am going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will trend this week.
You think he's going somewhere?
I don't know. I had a friend of mine give me some fake news that he retired. That's for sure. So we'll see. You have to do something this week. It's about time. Josh, did you enjoy yourself, man? Did you have a fun time? We had a fun time having you on the show.
It was a blast. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, anytime, friend. Anytime. We're going to hopefully be doing these for a while here. So I think there'll be another opportunity. Steve, do you have anybody lined up for next week, or are we going to be searching for somebody?
Should
we get Brett? Oh, you have somebody lined up already.
Yeah. I've got two people lined up over the next 2 weeks.
Well, who's going to be our guest next week?
Well, it's up in the air on which one's going to take next week. Trying to work it in.
Who are our choices?
One of them is a good friend of Josh and I, J.R. Cochran. Trying to figure out a time to slot him in, and then possibly Ben Harris is the other.
Ooh, old Benny for Harris himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you'll have a good time with J.R. Cochran. I'll tell you that. French, by the way.
What? I don't even understand.
Did you say he's French?
Yeah, it's not Cochran. It's Cochran.
Oh.
How do you pronounce the last name? I'm being dead serious.
I've known that guy for 20 years, and I've never ever known.
He is the first person I actually hung out with when I moved to Georgia.
Wait, is this the same guy? Do y'all know the same guy?
Yeah. I know him real well.
Oh, very good. Is he going to talk in French to us?
He's not French. He's not French himself.
Jesse, rank our show, man. How well did we do this week? Steve's tired, so please give that to us when you're ranking our show.
I'll go with a 7.5.
We went down a half a point this week.
You said to take into account the tiredness. What do you want me to say?
I thought we were on fire this week.
Actually, yeah, okay. Well, we're 9.
I like how you ease your way up from that 7.5 to a 9 real quick.
But Dave Portnoy would never move away from his rating, so don't move away from yours, Jesse.
Oh, I'll fold like an easy suit, man.
Steve, big week this week for you, man.
Not really. Not really.
Well, good. That's a good way to end the show right there. Guys, thank y'all so much for listening to This Week in Trend, where we talk about the things that trend last week, which probably makes no sense when I say it out loud there. But we do hope you enjoy the show. Steve, you know what time it is.
Thanks for listening to This Week in Trend. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. If you like the show, help others find out about it. Leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. See you next time on This Week in Trend.